doors off in the morning?
And I looked at him, and for the first time in my life, a human being didn't look real to me. Like, I literally seen his aura.
Michael Jordan tells me one day he wants to be the best player that's ever played here. And I said, well, you got to work harder than you did in high school. He said, I worked as hard as everybody else. I said, oh, excuse me. I thought you just told me you want to be the best player to ever play here. He said, I'm going to show you. Nobody will ever work as hard as I work.
I can't learn how to fight right-handed no more.
What's cat? There ain't no cats. There's no cats.
We're sure as hell not going to lose one on my watch. Failure is not an option.
But the season is not over yet. We did not come this far to just break down and lose now. Everything's not always about winning and losing. I'm a winner. I'm going to win.
You've got to tell yourself, despite the circumstances, the situation, I'm not going anywhere until I get to go. Until I make my dreams become a reality, I'm not quitting. I don't care how much money I have to invest. I don't care how much time I have to invest. I'm going to continue to do this until I become successful. Every single day when I show up and I let failure know, failure is not an option. You can't even let it sink into your brain, not even a second. You have to know that this thing is going to work. Come hell or high water, whatever it is that I set out to do, it may not happen in 6 months, it may not happen in a year, it may not happen in 2 years, but at some point, my dream is going to become a reality.
The percentage of people that get back up after a fall is very small. It's very, very small. Because some people fall and they go, I'm just going to lay here, because falling hurts. There's only a couple people that get up and just dust the shit off and go, I'm still going to go. I'm still going to walk. And it's not a coincidence why those people win, right? Like, it's not an accident why winners win. Winners win because of persistence.
Yes.
Winners win because of consistency, right? And being diligent about the thing or the choice that they made to do the thing or to be the thing. Like, it's all a choice. But so many people break along the way. So what I find the most success is just knowing that not many people can continue to get up day after day and do the things that I do.
You make a choice and say, come hell or high water, I'm going to be this, then you should not be surprised when you are that. Man, I gave my soul to this game. There's nothing more I can give. Nothing. But I'm telling you, it goes by fast. And if you don't give it your all, you're going to regret it. When we say this cannot be accomplished, this cannot be done, then we are shortchanging ourselves. My brain cannot process failure. It will not process failure. If I sit there and have to face myself and tell myself, you're a failure, I think that's almost worse than death.
Being a winner is a curse. It doesn't matter how much you've won before. You're not a winner until you win again.
Let's go.
And again, and again. Nothing is enough. No one understands. And you never want it to stop.
Differential of somebody winning and losing has nothing to do with their genetics, has nothing to do with their potential. It's their perseverance, always showing up. Person that's willing to gamble it. If you show up, then you have a chance. If you don't show up, the outcome's simple. Never there, like an audition. If you show up to the audition, there's a chance you might get the part. If you're too scared to show up and you sit back at home, wondering what if and everything else, no one in hell is going to call you an opportunity because you weren't present. The winners always show up. They're willing to lose in order to gain.
Well, I first saw David at a 100-mile race, and I was doing this part of a relay team with 6 friends, and he was doing it alone. At around mile 70, I saw him. He was about 100 pounds heavier. He broke all the bones in both of his, small bones in both of his feet, and a kidney failure, and finished the race.
He was weak. Couldn't do one push-up. Couldn't run a mile. Couldn't focus for 5 minutes. But he started small. 1 push-up, 1 minute of running, 1 page of a book. Day after day, he showed up. The push-ups turned into 10, then 20, then 50. The 1 mile jog became 5. The pages stacked into libraries. His body got stronger. His mind got sharper. His will became unbreakable. Now, he's an absolute machine. It started with one habit. Start small, go hard, finish as a legend.
Don't think. Feel the emotional content. It is like a finger pointing away to the moon. Don't concentrate on the finger or you will miss all that heavenly glory.
Learning is the beginning of wealth. Learning is the beginning of life change. Some people want to start with motivation, but you don't start with motivation. Here's the best motivation we've got going. The proof of our success.
I think you can be anything you want to be.
Maybe in your world, Robert. It doesn't really happen that way in mine.
Change your world.
Comes down to when you change yourself, you will change the world because you'll change how you see it.
And I said, how many people in this planet? I said, what, around 5 billion people, 6 billion? I said, I could be every one of them in a fair fight. That's what I believed at the time. I can't believe I had the audacity to say that.
I tell you what though, it must be a scary damn thing to be a featherweight in the UFC and not be named Conor McGregor.
Hey, we have more left. We can still push harder. We're not there yet. I realized, talking to a guy named Cameron Haynes, who did this race, 240-mile race. And I was thinking, I go, is this the new level? Is this the new push? So when I decided to do that race, it was in the back of my mind like, man, I've really become an expert at running 100-mile races. So for me, this was the new level.
Now, if you understand this principle is terribly important. You can be the most talented, the smartest, the best educated person with the most valuable contacts and all the advantages in life, but if you are not focused, it doesn't do you any good at all. I wrote in an article for the Wall Street Journal that if you do not have clear, specific goals for your life, you are doomed forever to work for people who do. And that seems to be the case. And yet only 5% of people have goals. So the key starting point with regard to clarity is to know where it is you're going and what it is you want to be and what it is you want to have and what it is you want to do. Because in America, in the most blessed society in all of human history, you can have anything in the world that you want if you can decide what it is that you want.
In the 17th chapter of St. Luke it is written, the kingdom of God is within man, not one man nor a group of men, but in all men, in you the people have the power to create machines, the power to create happiness. You, the people, have the power to make this life free and beautiful, to make this life a wonderful adventure.
Don't cry to give up, cry to keep going. Don't cry to quit. You already in pain, you already hurt, get a reward from it.
No one thought in my family that, or even through my friends or through my mum and dad's friends, whoever was around us, no one thought that we'd ever be anything. No one thought that like our art could sell and we could make money that way and we could build careers that way.
What is the starting point?
One step at a time, whether it's 10,000 steps or doing even a 20-minute workout. That's all people need to do to change. Because you'll start seeing results regardless of what position you're in right now. If you can just keep increasing incrementally what you're doing in terms of fitness or your business or however like your sleep, whatever it is that you feel is not right, you'll see the change over time. It comes, and it takes a long time. It takes a really long time, but it happens.
If there is a way to beat Mike Tyson, how do you do it? Don't want to talk about that one, do you? I don't.
357 Magnum.
I'm starting to think that you're unstoppable. Do you feel that you're the best heavyweight in the world, that you can step in with anybody right now? I know just a number of months ago you said just a few more fights. Are you ready right now?
I feel I am the best fighter in the world right now.
What's amazing about the human mind is that it becomes your new norm. Like to think that I can run 200 miles, 240 miles, and that becomes like running 50. I never thought that was possible. This is why I'm always pushing that limit, because I know that within pushing these limits, there's always more. So I end up doing like almost like back-to-back 200-mile runs.
My brain can feel a certain way, but it's not going to choose how I behave all the time. I just can't let it do it anymore.
when you don't feel like getting after it?
You know, I put this out the other day, and I think it's important. All right, so Rome wasn't built in a day. We all know that. Everyone hears that. But Rome also didn't fall apart overnight either. It took hundreds of years for Rome to reach its peak, but it also took time, hundreds of years, for Rome to decay and fall apart. And that is representative of life, because you don't achieve worthwhile goals quickly or easily. They take time. They take struggle. They take relentless pursuit, day in and day out. That's what it takes.
And the top 5% are very clear about where it is they're going and what it is they want to accomplish. And when I look at unsuccessful men and women, or men and women who seem to be unhappy and floundering, I find that almost invariably they have a very, very limited sense of direction, sometimes no sense of direction at all. You see, we as human beings are goal-seeking organisms. We only function at our very best when we're working toward accomplishing something that is important to us. And in my estimation, 80 to 90% of all the unhappiness, hostility, violence, psychosomatic illness, alcoholism, drug addiction, and so on in our society is caused by people having no sense of direction. They don't know where they're going.
When the alarm clock goes off in the morning, get up. Don't wait, don't hesitate. When the alarm clock goes off in the morning, get up. You should put a timer on everything that you do. You should say, all right, I have to commence. You should be a countdown to go, and then a certain amount of time to get her done.
May I offer a piece of advice? Stop thinking of it as a curse to have been given an enemy in life. It can be a blessing too. A wise man gets more from his enemies than a fool from his friends. And you know what? He was right.
James! Come on! Listen, what? Just go easy out there. What are you saying? I'm saying look after yourself. We want you back in one piece. You're too far back. There's too many drivers in front of you. There's alls next year.
So that's it? It's over?
There! Fuck it!
Listen, Holyfield is not the tough warrior everyone said he is. He got little nicks on him there and he quit. I got an eye, I got one eye. I got one eye, he's not impaired, he got ears. I got one eye, big deal. If he take one, I got another one. I'm ready to fight. He didn't want to fight, I'm ready to fight him right now.
If you don't have a little flame, you know, just barely, you're done. I can't light it for you. And that's the harsh reality of this life that I want to get across so fucking bad. You can watch me, you can watch you, you can watch Rogan and Cameron Haynes, all these motherfuckers, all this shit. You can do all this shit. If you could keep going back and keep spending money and spending money and spending money with no results, you can wonder, wow, maybe let me go try out David Goggins. He ain't gonna help you. You have to explore, examine the insides of yourself. And what do you really want out of life? Your friend and a lot of people out here just don't want it. So guess what? Have fun with your life.
I take all comers, I don't duck any man. Come one, come all, because nobody could get close to me. They're not even close. I'm the best fighter in the world.
Now with the situation that you have.
I want to fight, and destruct the world because I'm the best fighter in the world. Thank you very much, Larry.
Thank you.
You're mediocre now, man. What are you doing today, tomorrow, the next day? I'm listening to a motherfucker who's like this, man. What's wrong, man? I'm tired, dude. Why are you tired? Because tomorrow, I gotta do the fucking shit again, man. Whatever the shit is that made me fucking nauseous and sick to my stomach, it made me hurt. There's no ending.
If you think showing up is winning, you've already lost the battle. People want to get a medal for doing the easy things. People show up every single day. People show up every single day and are dealing with circumstances that are beyond your imagination. They still show up.
You're gonna find peace from going to war with yourself, because we all got shit. We all got shit. People look at me. The reason why my story resonates with people, because I don't hide. I'll tell you exactly who the I am, I will admit to it. People are great at hiding. So they want to just find peace. No, you got to take your shit, fix whatever's up in you. Don't just shove it under the rug. Fix it, and then you'll find some peace later.
But like, people don't want to genuinely work. That's just going to separate you from everybody else.
Yes.
So you going to put the hours in to work.
You gain knowledge through suffering. And on the other end of suffering is a world that very few have ever seen. It's a beautiful world, because that's where you find yourself.
If you can't sit still, ignore notifications, and focus on one task for 8 hours straight, never expect to build anything great. And as uncomfortable as that is, it's also the truth.
Well, there's a really important quote. If you win, you win. If you lose, you learn. Yep. And so you always win.
I honestly want to be considered one of the hardest men to walk the planet Earth in the history of the world. And what I mean by hard, I'm not talking about the guy who does the most pull-ups, the most sit-ups, runs the most. Just a person who's able to overcome any adversity in front of him, to figure out a way. Hardness isn't about all this physical shit, man. Yeah, it helped me get to where I'm at. But all I was doing in the whole process, the process wasn't to be ripped. It wasn't to walk around with my shirt off. That wasn't it. I knew through the physical challenges, through the physical suffering, my mind was getting stronger. I was literally doing that for a reason. I had a weak mind. All the rest just happened to come with it. I was trying to strengthen the mind to handle all the judgment that's passed on me, perceived and not. Sometimes you make it up in your own head.
I fight against my mind. Yes, sometimes it's happened. We are all human beings. We are not happy every day. We are, not in a good mood every day. It's normal. It's part of us.
What do you do to overcome that?
Your mental strength is coming from that moments that in a hard moments, you should do it. I fight against that. It's the big challenge. It's when you're not willing to do something, but you have to do it. This is the main point. This is why I say our mind, it's a box of surprises, and you have to challenge yourself to be consistent. I repeat, sometimes it's hard. It's what many people say, you like to go to the gym every day. Of course no. It's not true. Nobody likes to go to the gym every day. But you have to do it.
Productivity hack. An easy productivity hack. Instead of spending time getting in the mood to work, just start working. Confront the work. People think they need perfect conditions to start, when in reality, starting is the perfect condition.
If you take an oak tree seed and you put it in a 2-foot pot, that seed will never become the oak tree that oak trees are capable of becoming, because it's
Navy SEALs. My goal was to go out, I had a plan. My plan is to go out there and run 4 miles. But guess what? Everybody's got a plan so they can hit in the mouth. That's from Mike Tyson. So when your plan fails, when those bolts and laws get too heavy, when you get knocked the down the fucking canvas, when everything falls apart in your life and your plan is fucked up, what the fuck are you gonna do? There's only one motherfucking option. Stay hard. Something in you has to wake up. And usually the only person that can wake it up is you. Sometimes you can read a David Goggins book, because I was all this shit and then a lot more fucked up. But if you don't have a little flame, just barely, you're done. I can't light it for you. And that's the harsh reality of this life that I want to get across so fucking bad. You can watch me, you can watch you can watch Rogan and Cameron Haynes, all these motherfuckers. You can go to Tony Robbins' fucking bullshit, all this shit. You do all this shit. If you could keep going back and keep spending money and spending money and spending money with no results, you can wonder, wow, maybe let me go try out David Goggins. He ain't gonna fucking help you. You have to explore, examine the insides of yourself. And what do you really want out of life? Do it. and do it and do it and do it. That's the hack. Every day I wake up, I'm a fucking piece of shit today. How the hell is this gonna work out for me? And you fight that. I don't just run a mile, 2 miles. It's the one thing I hate the most to do, and I do it like I love it.